Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Welcome back, everyone. Ron here with some more SPTV. When Lil Tommy Cruise isn't disowning his own daughter, when he's not out there helping to prop up an international human trafficking cult, he's out there trying to test his luck with the ladies and without much success. And it seems like Scientology is very much part of the reason for this. There were some articles about this last week. I'm going to share with you one in particular and give you some of my thoughts on that. But before we get to that, let me give a plug to a company that was actually the very first sponsor of SPTV, and that is Atlas VPN. Many of you already know that Scientology is notorious for identifying, tracking down, and harassing people who criticize them online. One of the ways they do that is by tracking IP addresses. This is exactly what they did to me back in 2010. You can protect yourself online from David Miscavige and his goons with Atlas VPN. Atlas is a virtual private network that sends all your internet traffic through a protected, encrypted tunnel. It protects you from spying, Wi-Fi intrusions, and most importantly, David Miscavige's goons. With the single Atlas VPN subscription, you can protect unlimited devices. Right now, Atlas is running a promotion where you can get a 3-year subscription for $1.83 per month, plus 3 months extra with a 30-day money-back guarantee. This is a limited time offer through April 24th, so get your deal now by clicking on the link in the description down below. People ask me all the time how they can support the channel. One of the ways to do that is by supporting our sponsors. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to Atlas VPN. And once again, get your deal today by clicking on the link in the description down below. Now back to Lil Tommy Cruise and his lady problems. The article here I'm going to share with you reads, Tom Cruise controlling ways has made him least eligible bachelor in Hollywood. Tom Cruise reportedly micromanages the women he dates to the point that he tells them what to wear. I got to be honest, that doesn't come as a shocker to me. We already know that the women in Tom Cruise's life, historically speaking, we know for a fact that these poor women, when they do anything to upset Tom that he doesn't like, they are subjected to invasive interrogations by Scientology auditors working directly for David Miscavige. So the idea that he would tell a woman what to wear, very easy to believe. All right, it continues here. Tom Cruise has lost his reputation from being the most sought after guy to least eligible bachelor due to his controlling ways and self-obsessive behavior. An insider told Radar Online that the Top Gun Maverick star wants to get back in the dating game, but due to his strained reputation, no one wants to be linked with him. The superstar has kept his love life low-key and personal ever since he parted ways with wife of 6 years, Katie Holmes, in 2012. Tom, quote, Tom would love to have someone in his life. The truth is his reputation just isn't great, the insider said, adding that apart from his obsessive nature, his connection with Scientology is a big turnoff for women. Now, personally, I'm a little skeptical when I see articles that seem to imply that people directly in Tom's camp are talking to the press, the entertainment press, the tabloid press, any press at all, really. And I do have a question for any of you out there who have experience in the entertainment media space, perhaps even the tabloid space. Are people who write articles like this allowed to just completely fabricate sources and quotes? Or do they at least have to find someone who claims to be talking to someone in the camp of whoever it is they're reporting on? I've always wondered this, because personally, I do find it hard to believe that anyone in Tom's camp would be speaking to the press. So, and I'm just wondering if anyone of you out there has any expertise in that area, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so the article continues. The whole Scientology thing is a turnoff for most women, and he can't exactly downplay it. He's very committed to it. Cruise was rumored to be in a relationship with the Mission Impossible co-star Haley Atwell in 2020, but she called it quits as his controlling ways got too much for her. So even if perhaps someone in the Tom Cruise camp isn't speaking to someone in the press, it's much more easy for me to believe that someone in Haley Atwell's camp or someone in her orbit could possibly be speaking to the press. It continues here, quote, he worked really hard to hang on to Haley, but his controlling ways got too much for her and she ended it. Women find him way too intense and he's turned into Hollywood's least eligible bachelor. To him, any partner is an extension of him and his brand. So he's known to be very micromanaging down to what clothes they can wear when they're out with him, the insider noted. The outlet shared that Cruise often made women he dates feel as though they're members of his staff. It's really off-putting. A lot of women have walked away after a few dates. You have to wonder what a date with Tom Cruise would consist of? Like, how is Tom Cruise going on dates and nobody knows about it? I mean, I guess you can always just invite someone over for dinner and a movie for something, a little bit of Netflix and chilling. Even other major celebrities and major stars are seen out with new people, out on dates and stuff. You just never see Tom going out with anyone. All right, so it carries on here. Before concluding, the source also revealed that his ex-wife, Mimi Rogers, divorced him and hinted that she did so because Cruise was seriously thinking of becoming a monk. Well, this is kind of a red flag in general for this article and for the journalist and for the source, unfortunately, because Mimi Rogers is not the one who initiated the divorce with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, with David Miscavige's help, made that divorce happen because Tom was still married to Mimi when he met Nicole Kidman on the set of Days of Thunder. And Tom told his BFF, David Miscavige, that he wanted to get with Nicole. So Miscavige had his Scientology staff intervene and let Mimi know, give Mimi the memo. Mimi, out with old and busted, in with the new and the hotness. You got to get gone because Nicole Kidman's coming into the scene. And that's actually how that happened. Mimi Rogers is actually the one who brought Tom Cruise into Scientology. And this last sentence here is problematic. The implication that Tom Cruise wanting to become a monk had something to do with why they got a divorce. Tom Cruise, in his younger years, in his teenage years, when he was still in school, was thinking of going off and going to a monastery and becoming a priest or whatever. That's not something that ever happened after Tom Cruise got into Scientology, after he was already a movie star. Tom was already famous when he got into Scientology. So it does call the credibility of this whole thing into question, unfortunately. But let's see what the next paragraph says. This goes to show how extreme Tom can be. Obviously, he never became a monk, but those are the sort of bizarre things that he does. There are just so many stories out there. Women are very hesitant to date him. Well, it certainly does seem that little Tommy Cruise has not been able to get a whole lot of satisfaction from the ladies. But I have to speculate that Tom is also not able to provide very much satisfaction to the ladies, if you know what I'm talking about, because let's be real, a human being will be able to put up, will be willing to put up with an awful lot of nonsense if in return they're getting some of that satisfaction. And it does seem that any women who come into the orbit of little Tommy Cruise, when it comes time to doing that little cost benefit of analysis of how much nonsense am I having to put up in this situation compared to how much I'm getting, how much benefit I'm getting from this situation, women tend to do that little analysis and go, no, thank you. This is not worth the trouble. As they say, the juice is not worth the squeeze. So anyway, there you go. It's a little funny article here, but when I see things like this, I do not just see articles like this as being negative articles about Tom Cruise. To me, anything about Tom Cruise negative like this is a negative article about Scientology. And especially since, everything that Tom Cruise does professionally and personally is motivated, at least in part, a very major part, by the fact that he is intending that there's going to be some sort of a carryover halo effect to Scientology. Look at me. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm a huge movie star. That must be because of Scientology. Look at me, Tom Cruise. I saved the movie industry. I mean, that's one of the narratives that Tom's camp is putting out there. Look at me. I saved the movie industry. And by the way, I'm a Scientologist. So clearly that's going to have something to do with why I was able to save the movie industry. So I have a question for you guys out there. Do you think the world's perception of Tom Cruise is still having any carryover benefit to Scientology whatsoever? Or has it gotten to a point where it's more of a liability? Tom Cruise is now known as Crazy Tom Cruise, crazy Scientologist Tom Cruise. Yet he still is a successful movie star. He still is very bankable. His franchise is still very successful. What do you guys think? Is Tom Cruise still an asset to Scientology perception-wise? Or has it actually taken a turn? Has it crossed that? Has it become a liability? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, everybody, that's all I have on this. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everybody who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.